This is a video to help find the GCF if you're looking at the digital maze and are not sure how to get started. So we are given three terms, 12x to the third y, 60x squared, and then 54x. So starting with the first term, I'm going to factor that out, and I'm going to do a factor tree. And there's a couple ways you can do this. If you don't want to do a factor tree, you can see what they have in common and just kind of go from there. I'm going to do a factor tree, and I'm going to break down my 12 into 3 and 4. You could also do 2 and 6, doesn't matter. I'm going to cross out my 12 because I already broke that down. 3 is a prime number. We can't break that down further, but 4 we can to 2 times 2. So I'm going to cross out my 4. So 12 x cubed y becomes 3 times 2 times 2, because that's still 12. 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12. X cubed is 3 x's and then a single y. Alright, now I'm going to break down my 60x squared. Again, you can use any combination. I'm going to use 6 and 10. And 6 is crossed out, so 60 is crossed out. So now we have 6, which breaks down to 2 and 3. So I'm going to cross out my 6. And my 10 will break down to 2 and 5. So I'm going to cross out my 10. Now 60x squared becomes 2 times 3 times 2 times 5, and then x squared is 2x's. For the last term, 54x, I'm going to break that down to two numbers that multiply to give me 54. Again, any combination of whole numbers, 6 and 9 come to my mind first. 6 can break down to 2 times 3, so I'm going to cross the 6 out. And then 3 and 3 make 9. So 54x becomes 2 times 3 times 3 times 3, and then a single x. So once these are all broken down, we want to look to see what they have in common. So remember, GCF is the greatest common factor. So in the video for the notes and stuff, I had said look to see what they all have. So all three of them have a 3. All three of them have a 2. And all three of them have a single x. So that is what they have in common, nothing else. So they have a 3 in common. So that the 3's that are here, we don't count them 3 times. We count them once because they have one 3 in common. They have a 2 in common. And they have an x in common. So we end up with a GCF of 3 times 2 times x, which becomes 6x. And if you look at your maze, that's one of your 3 answers. So from there, we're going to move on to the next problem. So you're looking to see what they have in common. So it's greatest common factor. Hope you have found this helpful. If you have any questions, please send me a message.